Hello and welcome. This is Ray Cooper. I want to thank you for investing your time and money into this one-of-a-kind real estate series. After 3 decades of full-time real estate practice with over thousands of listings and sales in all price ranges, we have seen just about every costly mistake that can be made when selling a piece of real estate. So we decided to write a book to help our friends and clients not make the very same painful mistakes. These are the step-by-step procedures of selling real estate as scientifically as possible for the highest possible price. The acronym to remember the 7 steps is ADOCTOR. A for attitude, D, due diligence, O, organized, C, customers, T, tools of the trade, O, open houses, and R, relax and negotiate. The most important step here is the due diligence phase, which is the proper preparation and pricing of real estate. The consequence of mispricing is most often your biggest single expense by far. It takes the experience of hundreds of transactions over good and bad markets to truly appreciate this. If I had one message to all future sellers of real estate, it would be: real estate has always been and always will be a beauty contest and a price war. The beauty contest is in the competition between sellers of who has the most to offer, amenity-wise and value-wise. The price war is between comparable sales data, often called the comps, and how the representatives of each side interpret and adjust this data. The buyers will have their home inspector and subsequently their appraiser come to the property along with their agent. You absolutely deserve to get your own independent opinions and the peace of mind that goes along with that. The better you do your due diligence ahead of time, the better your outcome will be, far beyond the costs involved in this first critical step. The 3 S's of due diligence are: safety first, with a certified home inspection. This is optional but highly recommended. SRAs, senior residential appraisers. They are for the closed sales data and the highly skilled adjustments that they will make to those comps. Local specialized brokers are the best at determining the right price relative to the properties currently for sale and under contract. Surprisingly, appraisers almost never look at the insides of any of the comparable properties for sale like the brokers do on a day-to-day basis. Getting a pre-sale home inspection as a seller has many advantages, even if you wind up not selling the property. This will get the devil in the details out of the way first, especially if you have not had the home inspected in the last 5 years. Things that are normally checked in a home inspection are GFI outlets in the bathrooms and kitchens. It only takes a half of 1 amp to kill a human, and most homes have between 100 and 400 amps. Heating and cooling systems for maintenance issues and energy efficiencies, like proper air combustion or combustion air for the boiler room, a serious health concern. We like it when the heating system draws in oxygen from outside the house and not from the air you and your family breathe from inside the home. Plumbing systems for possible leaks that may not be obvious to the layman. Checking the existence of a backflow preventer and its functionality. Checking for cross-contamination issues. Those can be a serious health concern as well. Make sure you stick by the side of the home inspector like his shadow for the entire 2 to 3 hour inspection. Take lots of pictures of the things you want to get corrected and get an objective sense of how your house looks through the eyes of the buyer. The point here is to fix these issues before the buyer's inspectors find them, so that the buyer's momentum and enthusiasm are not affected. Many a deal has died due to unnecessary delays. You cannot manage what you cannot measure. I'm going to say it again. You cannot manage what you cannot measure. Real estate is very local in nature, so we must start with a reasonable macro view, but not too large. National real estate trends may have an impact on local values, but other than interest rates, it is the local research data that counts the most. So our objective here is to get at least 3 or 4 total opinions of value from both local SRA appraisers and specialized local brokers. Then we will average the better of the total 3 or 4 opinions, eliminating the one price anomaly or the opinion outlier if one exists. Finding the right appraisers isn't an art in and of itself, but here is the basic criteria to use. First, go to the appraisalinstitute.org, where you will find the most highly regarded appraisers in the field. If this were the field of law, SRAs would be considered the judges, whereas normal appraisers would be considered the attorneys. So go to the Advanced tab, enter your zip code, check off yes for fee assignments, and then make sure you select the SRA designation. We normally call on the 10 closest appraisers, interviewing as many as possible, and then hiring the 2 most knowledgeable and honest ones. During the interview process, we want to ask things such as, how much do you charge and what is your turnaround time? Can you tell me about the last appraisal you did in my area, most like my house? Will you include the market condition 1004MC form, and would you consider this in your report? Appraisers use this specific 1004MC form to provide the supply quotient and the absorption rate data. In other words, this is an interpretation statistically of how your specific property fares amongst the competition and how the competition fares amongst the buyers, the opposition. Simply said, it is the supply and demand of real estate specific to your property. The absorption rate is the time it will take for the buying demand to absorb the current inventory on the market today at the current rate of sales, again, specifically to your unique property. Your appraiser will go into further details on this, and we will consider this to be the secret sauce in real estate pricing and market direction. Finding the top 2 specialized local brokers is the same strategy in essence, but yet it yields the most valuable results because these specialized local brokers will provide the most valuable market insight since they know best what is pending closing, currently for sale on the market today, and what is going on the market tomorrow. Again, this is an art, and it does require some extensive studies on the performance of listing and sales data found on the local MLS that is normally not publicly available. However, I will be happy to personally provide this information to you for free for most circumstances. Just give me a call anytime for more information. The things that we consider here would be, who is the top office with the highest number of listings and sales relative to your property? Which broker in that office is doing the most of that business? What are their statistics in the past 180 days? How close to the listing price did their sellers ultimately receive for their property, and how long did it take for them to do that? Our proprietary algorithm includes not only the key data, but we actually interview with each of the top brokers to get a sense of their overall skill sets and attitudes. This will give you the best possible final analysis on your property. Now we have the most possibly accurate consensus amongst the most qualified experts in your local area. Again, we have taken the 4 estimates, eliminated the one anomaly or the outlier, if there is one, and then simply taken an average of the rest. Then we will add and subtract 5% from the average and consider this to be your price range. If your MLS or listing service does not allow for price range listings, then simply find the most logical and competitive price that you can live with within your price range as your final listing price. Our research has shown that to get the highest possible price, you need to start as high as possible, obviously, but not too high, because overpricing a property will cause it to sit on the market for too long and become so stale that even with aggressive price reductions, the results are often counterproductive. Lastly, I would like to share with you the saddest and most ironic story I have ever heard in real estate. According to a recent Wall Street Journal article, the founder of the ForSaleByOwner.com website was not able to sell his own condo with all of his FSBO tools, even after 6 months of trying. The do-it-yourself home selling guru eventually decided to turn the sale over to the local specialized broker, Jesse Buckler. Jesse Buckler told the seller he was simply priced too low and was not attracting the right buyers. So he raised the price and after multiple offers, sold the condo in a matter of weeks for $150,000 more than the seller's original asking price. Too low or too high will cost you dearly. This is a one-shot per season chance to price it right the first time on the market, period. So remember that your due diligence should be done before you list or market your real estate, but preferably not earlier than 1 month before. If you have already listed it, then it is still better to do it after the fact than never to have done it at all. Serendipity is when preparedness meets opportunity. Please allow me the opportunity to help you prepare for serendipity.